Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group. As Elon Musk exits the government, DOGE gets more influence on Pentagon contracting. And the Department of Energy announces another supercomputer. It's Friday, May 30th, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's dive into the day's top headlines. Billionaire tech titan Elon Musk's time as a special government employee is coming to an end, but the DOGE team at the Defense Department will soon have greater influence on Pentagon contracting. Since President Donald Trump began his second term in January, Musk has spearheaded the Department of Government Efficiency's push across the federal government to find waste, fraud, and abuse, slash certain types of spending, and cut the workforce. A DOGE team was set up at the Pentagon as well as other federal agencies to implement those efforts. Musk wrote in a post on Wednesday night on X, the social media platform that he owns, that his time as a special government employee was coming to an end, but, quote, the DOGE mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. In a sign that the DOGE's influence will continue at the Pentagon, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth issued a new directive this week, giving those personnel more oversight over contracting efforts. Hegseth wrote in a May 27th memo to senior Pentagon leadership, combatant commanders, and DoD agency and field activity directors that, quote, the Department of Defense DOGE team will have the opportunity to provide input on all unclassified contracts. The Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisition and Sustainment, or its designee, will coordinate with DOGE to ensure that the opportunity for review of performance work statement or statement of work, accompanying estimates, deliverable descriptions, and requirements approval or validation documents occurs when the requirements package is provided to a DoD contracting office to initiate a procurement or prior to the package being provided to a non-DoD assisting agency. In a video released Wednesday on X, Hegseth said the Pentagon had already saved more than $10 billion working with DOGE on previous efforts to review spending, including from a line-by-line audit of over 50 contract vehicles. In other news, Energy Secretary Chris Wright announced Thursday that the government would build a new supercomputer powered by NVIDIA chips and based at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory in California. Officials said the supercomputer will be named Doudna, after UC Berkeley scientist Jennifer Doudna, who co-invented CRISPR gene editing technology and won the Nobel Prize back in 2020. The Doudna supercomputer, which is geared toward high-performance computing and training artificial intelligence technology, will be based at the National Energy Research Scientific Computing Center. It's only the latest Energy Department project designed for the AI age. El Capitan, a supercomputer based at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory and currently the world's fastest, is also designed with machine learning in mind, as is Frontier, a DOE supercomputer housed at Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee. A spokesperson wouldn't comment further on how the Doudna supercomputer's speeds might compare to the others. Government supercomputing projects, including those focused on AI, are now supported by the same national laboratory system that incubated the Manhattan Project, which produced the world's first atomic weapons. And this latest supercomputer is set to boast some impressive hardware. It will be built with NVIDIA Vera Rubin GPUs and CPUs, a next-generation platform announced last year and designed with some of the world's most advanced semiconductors. Doudna will also rely on technology from Dell to optimize the system's artificial intelligence applications and to liquid cool its infrastructure. Doudna will be used for high-performance computing that could help with modeling molecular high-energy physics, and the hope is that the system will reduce the amount of time needed to make critical scientific discoveries. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.